To put all doubt to rest, let me be the first one to stand on this stage and say that I still believe that Jesus is real. I still believe He died and rose again. And He raised from the dead, and I still believe He's coming back again. This is the word.
It's not just music, it's an outlet for me to express myself, to build my relationship with Christ, and for other people to see how that you don't have to just go to church to believe in God or to worship God, that you can go somewhere where other people can connect with you and listen to music at the same time.
Christian hardcore is pretty much, to me, another kind of church for kids, because most kids won't go to church every Sunday.
Christian hardcore to me is when you take kind of the musical elements of hardcore and add a Christian message or Christian point of view.
Their way of expressing themselves spiritually through music.
Christian hardcore is very different from normal hardcore metal, because most secular hardcore or metal, it's very hate related. It's very F the world, I hate this, I hate that. Where Christian hardcore tends to be very, you know what, let's actually love one another. Let's build something up. Let's fix our problems.
I mean, most other kind of metal and hardcore is just about how much they hate everything and how much they don't care.
Christian hardcore has a message behind all the music, rather than regular hardcore. It's just screaming and power chords.
It's your worship, it's your ministry, it's your outlet.
It's for God, but it's even though it's all like somewhat the same thing, but the message is just a different message.
I think Christian hardcore has done a lot to help our generation.
Yeah, a lot of people in churches will shun you because of it, because they don't feel like it's right. They think it's the work of the devil or whatever, you know.
Another thing I've noticed is like a lot of churches like disapprove of it, because that actually happened to the vocalist of the band I used to manage. He got interviewed by someone who he thought was, you know, someone kind of promoting the industry, but he was actually a pastor at a Baptist church who tries to shut down music venues.
I don't think that just because you're a Christian that you can't have tattoos or you can't have a piercing or look the way you want to, because God will accept you no matter what you look like.
Covered in tattoos, gauges the size of a black hole.
That's what bothers me, how people judge you because of your image and how you look and like how you like the style. Because there's a set, like the TV and everything, like they show you how a set person should look like, and I don't think that's right.
Within the Christian hardcore subculture, it kind of splits off. There's more that go towards the scene side, which have like more straightened hair and, you know, a little bit more feminine looking. And there's those that maybe go a little bit more into the metal or old school hardcore style, which, you know, they're the guys who wear wife beaters and athletic shorts.
Like the piercings and tattoos and gauges and just like the shirts with the big letters.
Really affects bands really hard musically, because a lot of people will look on it, look at a band and it screams, and people are like, oh, that's devil music. When in reality it's just, you know, devil music for Jesus. And I'd make shirts, and to kind of fight that, as a joke, I made a stencil to be printed on shirts, and it just says devil music for Jesus.
I feel like this culture is a culture that's like foundationally associated with aggression, violence, and hatred. And so for us to come into a scene like this and to preach love and peace is kind of like against the instincts of this culture.
A lot of my friends don't approve of it. A lot of them that are in this scene are very hateful towards it and don't understand it. And I've lost a lot of friends that way, and I've gained a lot of friends that way. And
a lot of people in the scene are really against it, and they usually put you down about it.
A lot of times at Christian hardcore shows, it's mainly a Christian audience, but I've totally been at shows where it's not, and it's just really tough when the singer is trying to put their beliefs out there and everyone's just trying to break them down and just heckle them.
I've been places where we've had prayers after it, and people will get up and walk out and will cuss at us and, you know, be really vulgar to us, and we're, you know, just trying to do our thing.
You'll run into those people that disagree with you and try to be cool, and usually they make themselves look bad.
We are the cleansing epidemic of Fayetteville, Tennessee, and we are followers of our Lord, our God, Jesus Christ. Now I want to see you all, bring this place up!
When you go to a Christian hardcore show, after you come out of that show, you just feel changed.
This music reaches out to people by force. It's not your typical like worship music. It brings a heavy hit to kids, and they can relate to it.
They're building a relationship with Christ. They're not just there to dance around and beat people up. They're there to worship. It's their ministry. It's not just a show to them. It's like a lot of people will say we're shoving it down their throat, but then at the same, you know, we're not trying to. We're just trying to get the word out there because we're God's voice. We're His children.
In a generation today where there's so much hatred and selfishness that society and pressure from society, I mean, it's a small little pocket where the kids and anyone really can just be told, no, let's fight the ways of the world. Let's go against what the world tells you to do. And especially it being music, like so many people associate with music so well, and just that message with the music just really helps put it out there and really gains a lot of followers, and I love it.
You know, their song isn't just about worshiping Christ, it's about someone else's relationship that they've had with Christ.
But when you see kids that are, you know, dancing to the music and showing their respect and just going crazy for it, it makes you feel really good inside.
Like the kids in this scene are really used to a culture of like forcefulness. They're really used to being challenged, and they're really used to people being like in your face about their beliefs, and that's something that's really useful in the advancement of the kingdom, and that's something that I feel like the church misses out on.